What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Truck Talk, brought to you by me, inspired by my man Chili. I want to share with you guys today one of my biggest lessons learned in life and how it kind of contrasts with the leadership style that we have here in our country right now. But first, I want to tell you, live on the 3 of 7 Project YouTube channel tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you guys are going to get to see me live play my first basketball game that I've ever played in my life. It's called Big Hoops. It's a competition to benefit a really cool organization called ESP, Extra Special People. They serve people in this community and others with disabilities. They do some really cool stuff. So check it out if you want to get a good laugh watching me try to play basketball. I promise you, it's going to be wild, son. I hope to see you over there. All right, let me tell you this. Let me give you a story to paint this picture or this lesson I want to share with you guys. In BUD/S, SEAL training, I was one of the best runners in my SEAL training class. But nobody knew it. I never finished first on a run, never finished last on a run. I always ran middle of the pack. There were just a few of my closest friends who knew that I was a really good runner. Now, the reason that I did that is because I wanted to go at a pace that I knew I was going to be able to maintain throughout the course of that whole evolution that is SEAL training. I didn't want to be able to perform really good, and then have a bad day and be in the back of the pack. And what the instructors would then, they're not going to let me make an excuse for feeling bad, right? They're going to freaking beat me into the ground because they think I'm just sandbagging it that day. But one day, I had to put my cards out on the table, right? You want to hold your cards for as long as you possibly can until you have to put them out on the table. One day, I had a classmate. We were in third phase on the island, San Clemente Island. They call it the Rock. It's a brutal place, man. Third phase was brutal. Probably the hardest part of SEAL training was third phase, the very end. Man, that's a lesson in and of itself. We were out there, and I had a classmate that I had a rivalry with. We didn't like each other. And I chewed tobacco back then, and he had really ticked me off one day, and he had a nice set of black polished boots on. He always kept his boots polished real nicely. That's one reason I didn't like him. He was a goody two-shoes, you know. I worked up a big old spit of that Copenhagen, man, and I put my fingers on my mouth like that, spit between my fingers, and that spit that big old darn wad of tobacco right out on his nice shiny boots. And I just walked off, you know. I got him good, boy. Well, I woke up the next morning and got up out of bed, went to pull my boots on, and both of my boots were full of sand. This feller had woke up of a night while I was sleeping, took my boots, went down to the beach and filled them both up with sand. Now, I'm living this. Imagine you wake up in SEAL training, you're on a timeline, you know, you try to get as much sleep as you possibly can before you have to get up and go, you know, get beaten to the ground for the day, and here my boots are full of sand. I was ticked. Well, every morning you go eat breakfast at some point. Before you eat breakfast, you have to do what's called a chow PT. In this day, chow PT was a run up a famous hill on San Clemente Island called Al Huey. The whole class gets out there, and the rivalry between me and this other guy is obviously at its zenith. I had spit on his boots. He filled my boots up with sand. So we get at each other, and we're actually getting ready to fight each other out there. And in the midst of this argument in front of the whole class, he challenges me to a running race in front of the whole class. Now, this guy was known to be a good runner, right? He didn't hold nothing back. Well, I said, all right, we'll see about this. Let's do it. We lined up, raced up Al Huey Hill, and I absolutely destroyed this individual. And that was the first time that anyone in my SEAL training class knew that I could actually run and run really, really fast. I kept that ace in the hole, right? You guys have heard the saying, speak softly and carry a big stick. This is the way that I try to operate in my day-to-day life. It's a strategic choice to kind of be quiet, maybe listen. Even if you know something, even if you have some special ability, just kind of hold on to it until you actually are forced to leverage it and show your cards. How does this contrast with the leadership style we have here in our country right now? Well, you guys see our president, you know, as much as I like a lot of the stuff he's doing, he has a big mouth, right? And he likes to throw out threats and say, I'm going to crush these people, destroy these people, this and that, and that. Look, man, I totally disagree with that leadership style. What ought to happen is we ought to just sit back, and all of these people out there who are a threat to this great nation, well, one day they just don't wake up because they get wiped off the map. And all the people who are left are looking around saying, who the crap did that? Dang, son. That's how you strike fear into your enemies. Speak softly, carry a big stick, always keep an ace in the hole, try to keep your mouth shut, your ears open, go at a pace that you know you can maintain day after day after day until it's absolutely necessary for you to show up and show out. It's hard to do, but it'll serve you well. Love you guys. Hope to see you tonight live on the 37 Project YouTube channel. If you got anything out of this, y'all know the deal. Go get you a hat, get you a t-shirt, keep my man Chili in the dungeon, and I'll keep these truck talks coming. Enough said.